Today we're going to do a clean with me. In the month of February, I decided my cleaning focus was going to be the kitchen. The reason for this is in January and February, I did a pantry challenge. So this means that certain things like my fridge, pantry, and freezer were quite empty at this point. So how I started this was I created a 12-month plan for a monthly focus. That video I have already published and I can link it in the description. You can jump on this, of course, at any point and any time. That is one thing with all of us in our homes and our kitchens is we can clean in what order makes sense to us and whatever ways make sense to us. For example, this video, I am cleaning a few different areas of my kitchen and showing that to you. I will be wearing different outfits because I'm not doing this all in one day. This is multiple days. Like I said, you get a month to do this area. So over the course of a month, I cleaned out different parts of my kitchen. Did I hit everything? No. Should I have done more? Of course. But I did what I did and I'm happy with what I got done. So once again, I want to welcome you to this clean with me and let's go ahead and continue on. Like I said, doing the fridge, pantry, and freezer is best when they are empty. So if that's a possibility for you, take advantage of that. I'm working on the freezer right now. So the freezer actually was pretty messy. Now, I feel like I keep my fridge, freezer, and a lot of areas in my home pretty tidy by regularly maintaining them. I try not to let things get bad. I believe the freezer may have experienced a little bit of chicken broth spilling over, so I used some Dawn dish soap on that and got scrubbing there. I will also say, I don't feel like I'm very good at cleaning, okay? So don't hate on me too much on this video. I'm doing what I can, what I was capable of that day, or what I even felt like doing that day. I don't think I'm very good at cleaning. I don't think it's a skill that I have fully developed and fully learned how to do. And I know that sounds crazy, but you know, a lot of us we're missing some of those homemaking basic skills. Now we're gonna move on to the kitchen drawer. If you notice, it's not that bad actually. In the silverware container, I don't let it get too dirty. I'm pretty good about keeping my drawers shut while I'm working in the kitchen so that they're not getting the dust and the crumbs and all that in there. We of course take that out, wipe out the drawer itself. I wiped out the liners a bit in the sink, but then I brought them back over here to scrub a little bit as well. Overall, they are pretty clean. Now, I will say I do not like the silverware holder. I believe we got it probably when we got married on our wedding registry. I would love in the future to get more like a wooden one or bamboo. It just has some bowing to it. Now, I like that it's adjustable, but maybe in our next house, we will get something that I like a little bit better, but for now, I don't want to change it up. I don't know if any of you guys have that mentality of one day when I move, I'll get it. I definitely struggle with that mentality, and sometimes I think it's more practical just to wait, see what we move into one day, and see what size that drawer would be, and get something to fit that drawer. So like I said, these are adjustable. I gotta pop them back into place so they fit in the drawer just right. And if you notice on the edges, it just has that bowing, and I just don't love that. I also lose knives and silverware sometimes underneath that middle section, so I don't enjoy that. Also, for any of you parents out there, silverware, we have some that are a little more of a hard plastic and some that are silicone. The silicone ones can get eaten and chewed on, so I do recommend a harder plastic. We're going to do a restock, and I do want to point out as I'm doing the restock, if you notice, it's not a full set of silverware. That is because my dishwasher is running at the same time I'm doing this. My thought on that is, kind of like with the pantry, fridge, and freezer, it's easier to do when it's empty. So I did this on a day when my dishwasher was very full of silverware and running, and therefore there was less to move in and out. Another thing you could do is literally clean this out, wash every single utensil, put them all in the dishwasher or whatever. I did not decide to do that today. I was okay with them being how they are. All right, the dishwasher is done at this point. So now we are loading it back up with all of the utensils. So we have these red spoons. They're kind of goofy. They're plastic. They actually came from a froyo shop near us. And I keep them for outings. So if we're going to the park or like a birthday party or even at a restaurant and I'm taking like an applesauce cup or something, I take that spoon instead of taking our more expensive, nicer spoons because those red ones, I don't care if we lose them. So I know that's kind of a goofy little tidbit, but I just like to share my little mom advice here and there. Next, I'm gonna move on to like the cooking utensil drawer. Take all those out. Unfortunately, not a lot of those were in the dishwasher, so I did have a lot to move. Again, just wiping out the storage container, getting it cleaned out. That side was pretty messy, so I took that over to the sink. Now, I don't know if you guys can see it, but I can see there's like some glare. I don't know what is on there. if it's just water or if there's something sticky still on there. There shouldn't be anything sticky. There's no reason for it in this drawer, so I'm hoping that's just water, but it's definitely irking me, and I'm sure it's irking you as well. All right, now we are loading this back up. I have recently cleaned this out and tried to minimize some of the utensils we do have. I do use a lot of these regularly, so at this point I don't feel like I'm going to clean any out. I would love to just have maybe a little more space for it, because it does have to be packed in here just right to make it work, which is not my favorite. I like things to have a little more room to breathe, and it makes it easier for other people to help put them away. So once again, maybe in the future I'll have 2 drawers for my utensils. I do have some other ones that are kept elsewhere that are maybe less frequently used, but for now, that is what it is. The beauty of something small like this drawer is it doesn't have to take all day. You can take 5 minutes and clean a single drawer in your kitchen. Take one small thing and see what you can get done. Next, I'm going to tackle a tiny little job that's specific. It's not like essential, but at the same time needs to be done. So I'm just going to wash up my little hand mixer. I don't have a big KitchenAid or anything like that. I just have the little hand one. These can get a little gunky, a little sticky, buttery, eggs. Sometimes, if you're making something like icing, which I did do recently, powdered sugar can fly, or cocoa. So I'm actually taking a toothpick to it, getting in all the grooves, breaking up some of that gunk, loosening it up, and just basically trying to take care of the items I have. Is this hand mixer fancy? No. But does it do the job for me? Yes. And I would like to keep it in good working order, and that means taking care of it. Now, am I like taking off screws and bolts and taking it apart? No. I'm not that adventurous. But I am trying to give it a nice little cleanup and just, give it some TLC. You can take as long or as little time as you have available. I could take 2 minutes to do this. I could take 30 minutes to do this. It is completely up to you. So in your kitchen, some things you might be cleaning: your blender, your mixer, if you have a KitchenAid, maybe your air fryer, if you have a toaster oven, your toaster, coffee maker, anything like that just needs a really good clean out, refresh, maybe, run it through a cleaning cycle, whether that's your dishwasher or your coffee maker. Whatever you have, everything needs attention, and we don't always give it the attention it needs, so now's a great opportunity to do so. Whenever we get the chance at free toothbrushes, I always grab them. A lot of us in our family use electric toothbrushes, but man, toothbrushes always come in handy for cleaning. So again, going at it with the toothpick a little bit more, using the toothbrush, and just kind of going back and forth, trying to work some of those crumbs out of there. The next thing we are going to do is some laundry stripping. So my washcloths that I just use in the kitchen, they're just getting grimy. They're getting very stiff even when they come out of the wash and dryer. They just are crusty, and it's grease buildup essentially, I assume. So I have a simple laundry stripping recipe. It's one that I just keep with my food recipes, and I found it online. It is a ratio of 1:1:2. The first ingredient is borax, and that's part of the 1. The next one is some washing soda. That's the other 1. And the final one is laundry detergent. That would be the 2. So this means, say you just used a tablespoon. It'd be 1 of borax, 1 of washing soda, and then 2 of the laundry detergent. And I went ahead and put them in hot water. Right now there's a little bit of water in this bucket. I'm throwing the detergents all in and mixing those up a little bit. And then I have some hot water on the stove actually getting up to a boil. I'm going to pour that in. Now, I decided to do hot water. That is what the recipe recommended. It is up to you if you have concerns about color bleeding or anything like that. The washcloths that I did today were all the exact same color of gray, so I was not concerned or worried about that in any way, shape, or form. Now, the recipe that I have says to use a 4th cup of borax, a 4th cup of washing soda, and a 1/2 cup of laundry detergent for a bathtub of water. Up to you on what recipe you find online. I can see if I can link one for you. Ultimately, you need to use a reasonable amount of the product relative to the water you're using. Now, it said to soak for 5 to 6 hours. I did not. I let mine sit overnight. I wanted to get the most bang for my buck out of this, and like I said, I was not worried about colors stripping or pleating at all. All right, and then after a night of sitting, we are going to drain the water out. If you do notice while I'm draining out the water, that color is kind of nasty. And to me, what it reminds me of is grease. Now, if you notice, there was a little bit of like particles from the like washing soda, borax, and laundry detergent. They didn't break up as well as I would have liked. Maybe I should have stirred them a little bit better. That's on me. But anywho, we drain the water and then I take them to the laundry room. Ideally, I would have squeezed them out a little more, but honestly, I'm holding the camera. I got a kid at home. It is what it is sometimes. So throw those in the wash. And I do actually have some other towels in the wash just because it's such a small load with just a few little washcloths. So I went ahead and did just like our regular bath towels with these. So we are starting the laundry. I am going to put it in on a pretty normal load as far as like the size, do what you need in the like style of wash. But I did want to make sure there was an extra rinse just to make sure we're getting all that washing detergent out of there. And then after washing them, I will put them in the dryer as usual. I want to thank you so much for tuning in with me today and working on our kitchens, okay? Do what works for you. If for you, it's the pantry. If for you, it's the oven, or maybe it's just the toaster. That is okay. I hope this was motivating. I hope you cleaned along with me today. And the next cleaning video we are going to do is going to be for March, and that will be cleaning the bedrooms. Be ready to do that. We're going to tackle them, and I will see you back with another cleaning video soon. If you are interested in checking out any of my pantry challenge videos, some of those will be linked in the description, as well as that 12-month cleaning video where we focus on one thing per month. All right, so check those out if you're interested. And once again, thank you for tuning in. Have a wonderful day.